Welcome to another Omenani series. Vitinze, Igbo Sigwe, Ezikolomumo. Thank you for as many of you that have been following us on this channel. Today I want to discuss restoring neglected ancestral altars. Restoring neglected ancestral altars. Every extended family in Igbo land, Igbo, have ancestral altars that the success, sustenance, and the strength of that family's very existence is built upon. These altars can be in form of an Udo shrine, Odogwu, Ogugu, Akwali Omumu, Ukofo, or even trees that they propitiate like Oje, Ngu, Odala, Akbo. However, because of Christianity, many of our fathers' generation, those, our parents who are in their 60s to 70s, many of their generation, this generation, I've called them the wolf generation. I will do another teaching about this generation. Hopefully, maybe next week, I will implore you to try as much as possible. Wait for that, look out for that teaching. This, our father's generation, destroy many of these ancestral altars that have existed hundreds of years. They destroyed it. In some cases, these altars were abandoned, and nature took its course on it, or they were neglected, and those who are not supposed to man it begin to man it. So, because of misunderstanding, many people label this kind of altars. They say that these altars are the cause of their misfortunes. But decades after destroying these altars, the affairs of families like this have been going from bad to worse. The altars that they accuse are the cause of their misfortunes. And after destroying these altars, you will see that the fortunes of the family are deteriorating with alacrity. They moved from bad to worse. When they pointed at the altars, that it was because of their misfortune. Now, after destroying the altars, things got worse, became more terrible. So, Christianity made many of this wolf generation, our father's generation, to believe that ancestral altars were satanic. I'm asking, if these altars were satanic as they claim, why did these altars not wipe out the families before Christianity came with their so-called light? If truly these altars were satanic, why didn't these altars wipe out the families? These altars have been in so many families, some for 400 years, 500, 600, 700, 800. In some cases, 200 or even 150. So if the altars were causing misfortune, why didn't it wipe out the families? Then Christianity came. After some time, we started believing that these altars were satanic. And we started destroying these altars. So my question is, if the altars were satanic, why didn't the altars wipe out those that initiated them? The first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation, sixth generation, as the case may be. And it got to our father's generation. They now realize that altars that have been there for decades, for centuries, it's now satanic. Now, and I'm saying, they have destroyed these altars. Casey, why are the people in their family crying? Why are they moving from bad to worse, from frying pan to fire? So, if an altar is instead for fertility and reproduction, and there is fertility and reproduction in the said family for hundreds of years, can you truthfully call such altar satanic? Obro n'eziokwu now. Ọ na nna ọfa n'ụlọ, ndị nna ọfa, ndị gboo n'ụlọ ụnụ akwali ọmụmụ. To have reproduction in that family, ka nwa ghara ịkọ na that family, and truly nwa akọrọ na the family, can you now say that such altar is demonic, is satanic? They solved the problem they met in their own way with the resources available to them. It's not like in these days that we have so many medical procedure for infertility. If they instituted an altar for protection through Ungu, Udo, and several other means to protect the fortunes of that family, and truly the fortunes of that family keep producing great names, warriors, can you say that the altar is demonic? Ofolu wulu iteji na ede, that will be producing wealth. There is no time you won't have one or two or three people or four people that are wealthy in that family. They destroyed it. But when they did that, or that such altar, it was producing people, great men, wealthy men, ndide, ndị obodo ji eme ọnụ, pillars of their community. Can you now say that the altar was not efficient? Our ancients instead these altars as their own way of surviving. Destroying these altars by labeling them satanic is a great disservice and insult to them. In many cases, just this insolence, this act of insolence alone to their legacy is the source of the present suffering in their families. Igbos have a saying, "Nkoto nwa ọgaranya karịrị ogbugbu ya." Nkoto nwa ọgaranya karịrị ogbugbu ya. What does this mean? To falsely accuse an innocent person is worse than killing the person. If you accuse me of being a thief, whereas I have not taken anybody's thing, and a punishment is meted out to me for being a thief, be it killing or whatever punishment, the accusation, just that accusation of me being a thief is more hurtful than whatever punishment you are going to give me, because you have stained my legacy, you have stained my name. Now, so many of our fathers' generation stained the name of their ancestors by saying that what they did was demonic and satanic. Those who try to protect their own generation by instituting altars that will protect their children's children down the line, only for one of their children to come out, offspring, to grow up and start pointing accusing fingers on them. Because you are now a Christian, you are now insulting the attempts your great-grandparents made to bring succor, to bring progress in his own family. At times it's funny, because I used to say, or some other people have also said it, that the lands those people use through that medium you call satanic to get, you people are always quick to sell those lands and partake of the proceeds of those lands. You do not reject the land. For the fact that the altars our ancestors erected with good intentions were labeled demonic, satanic, and hedonism, this alone is far worse than what destroying and abandoning such altars. Now, and I'm saying that the disunity, sufferings, secret tears in many Igbo families today is traceable to the very act of this evil label meted on what? Your ancestors. Anyone, dead or alive, falsely accused will always go to great lengths to prove his or her innocence. This is why after many years of binding and casting, some families have realized their foolery and now going back to restore these altars. Some are going back and worship the family of four that they destroyed through always in Uno by inviting Christian priests. It's an insult to invite a Christian priest to destroy any sacred ancient altar. If you do not want to worship that thing, leave it. Worship what you want to worship. Don't destroy what is greater than you, what is there before you. Even if you don't want to worship, through our foolishness, some of these things could have even become a tourist attraction. There is an economic angle to it if you don't want to harness the spiritual side. But saying that they are demonic, that is source of your misfortune, is foolishness. And a lot of people have realized it now, and they are going back secretly, covertly or overtly, to do what? Restore these altars. This is not a way of accepting their mistake. Now, let's get to the crux of the matter. How to know if your family is in problem like this. Some of the suffering that you are going through today is what your father did, your father and your mother, when they agreed that they should destroy some ancestral altars. So some suffering, some problems you are going through today, you are jumping from one pillar to post, groping, trying to gasp for air, is because of what your parents did. As in, your parents that gave birth to you, by conspiring, by agreeing, by being in a meeting that they agreed that they should go and I can tell you tales abound. I want to know the Nana name Fadibia. Tales abound of woes, children of people who conspired to destroy ancestral altars, what they are going through presently. So if you're watching this video, listen so that you know. First of all, our advice, study the history of your family. Find out from your parents if they destroyed any altar by inviting churches. So many of our brothers and sisters who are abroad, who are not thinking of coming back home, this is the reason. Their fathers who brought them to America or even sent them abroad destroyed a lot of things. So their children will now be like those who they what about pollution. So they cannot take possession of their ancestral land, and other people will take possession of it. So that's what I'm saying. Things might be comfortable for you, but you will never come back to your home again. Why are you not thinking of coming back to home? I think there's a reason behind it. So go and study your family history. If your parents are still alive, ask them if they partook, if they indulged in such sacrilege. Number two, question yourself if you have ever mocked the ways of your ancestors. If you have mocked the ways of your ancestors, you have restitution to make. If you have said that what they did was demonic, what they did was satanic, what they did was hedonism, maybe in your days when you are still what I call Ewele Jesus Allah, when you are still trying to be an authentic Christian, when you are still going all out for Jesus, and in that foolishness, you are mocking the ways of your ancestors, then you have restitution to make. Number three, check if there is streak of bad luck in your family. Let me explain it. There is a kind of pattern. Some people who are suffering, some families who are suffering after destroying their ancestral altars, at times there is this kind of streak of bad luck that you notice in that extended family. Number one, you notice that ladies who have reached the age of marriage, they find it very difficult to get married. They always find it very difficult to do what? Get married. Another sign, people who have gotten married finding it very difficult to do what? Conceive. Why is that thing happening? Is when it start happening, you start asking questions. That's when they will trace you back. You'll realize there is an odom that was destroyed. The thing that was supposed to solve that problem of conception was destroyed. Though some people are adamant, they will not check and they will resort to several ways, either IVF, surrogacy, or the latest one they are doing now, buying children. Another streak of bad luck you need to shake. Youths in that family not being productive. Illegally and the extended family, youths are not productive. It is very difficult to find productive person within that extended family. Another one, relations or people in that family dying untimely once they get to a certain age. How to know if your family is in a position like this? Finally, I'm saying, if there is no family of four, physical family of four, family obi or shrine, there is a tendency that it has been destroyed. There should be an offer holding a family and a fianya and then there is no family in Igbo land, extended family that does not have a head. And that head must have an akajiofo. If there is a family head without an akajiofo, go question. If there is no offer, physical offer of that family, that family has been destroyed. There will always be an offer, either an offer or a shrine. There will be. Once there is offer, there is obi. In some cases, there is a shrine. If you don't see any of this in your extended family, know that some foolish people down the line destroyed it. Ask questions. Now, how to solve the above problem? If you notice these problems, This pattern I've discussed, if you noticed it in your life, how do you solve it? Number one, if you are a youth, start by youth, I mean 40, 45 downwards or 40 downwards. If you're a youth, start seeking for your own personal redemption. Start seeking for what? Your own personal redemption. Don't go and look for your own family redemption. Not family redemption. Go and look for your own personal what? Redemption. Save yourself. If you have noticed that your father, your mother, they indulge in destroying ancestral altars, go and do what? Redeem yourself. Leave your family. Number two, if you are old enough, by old enough, I mean 60, 65, that means you witnessed this abomination, this sacrilege when it happened, and perhaps you partook of it or you are at the forefront, then call a family meeting and tell other family members that this thing that you people did so and so time, that you've noticed it might be the cause of this and this and this that have been going on in the family, misfortune going on in the family. In the Bible say no, ekwu na-egbu nwata mana afọ ekwughị na-egbu okenye. If you have noticed it as an elder, you must talk. If you have noticed that streak of misfortune, you must talk. Now, number three, go for series of alpha divination. By series of alpha divination, don't rely on one or two divination because this is a serious problem. You must seek out serious diviners, especially in different places. If you can go to this village today, next week, go to another village, another place, go to another place, so that you will be sure and get authentic information on how to solve the problem. Number four, if you're of age again that I'm saying is 60, 65 above, restore the ones you can, because after talking, some people, okay, is like alcohol. This Christianity is like alcohol. It has run so many people mad. Some of them are suffering because of what they did by abandoning these altars. Yet they do not agree that they are suffering. Some of our parents are suffering. They do not want to agree that they are suffering. They are like the case of some people in Igbo today, some Igbos who are not even living in Igbo, some diaspora Igbo, church has made them mad. They are raving mad. They look healthy physically. But if you discuss with them, once you bring up this issue of ancestors and everything, you notice that they are mad. They are psychos. Church has run them mad. They are ready to kill you for Jesus. They are ready to kill their own brother for Jesus. These people are mad. So at times you can bring out this thing that you have noticed that the streak of bad luck in the family is what? Is because of what you people they destroyed. If you notice it and you say it and they refuse, then once you are 65 years of above, go out. You are mature enough to be the one that will solve that problem. Don't wait for everybody. Ohahe menka is an Igbo saying. Adihili emengene. Ohahe menka. You don't need everybody to solve that problem. Only you is enough. Once it's a spiritual problem you've noticed and you're of age, go and restore that offer. Go and rebuild that altar. Go and rebuild that obi to save younger people in that family. It's not for you, but for the younger ones. Maybe your children, your brother's children, your sister's children. Go and do it. Number five, lastly, whatever is your age, ask for forgiveness. If you are young and you notice that this and this is what your parents did, and you notice that it's affecting your family, go and ask for forgiveness. How do you do it? You can go to that place where that thing that was destroyed, the site of that place where that thing that was destroyed. Go there and cry from your heart that you should not be involved in whatever misfortune, that they should absolve you, that you are not part of it, that if you are given an opportunity, you will restore whatever thing that they destroyed. If you are too far away, you are in diaspora that you cannot go to that particular site, Wherever you are, come out in the middle of night and be stark naked and ask for forgiveness. Call your ancestors. Stark naked and ask for their forgiveness. Tell them to absolve you from the sins that your fathers and your mothers committed. Amaha, amaha. Let it not come to you. If they agree and they should not allow the consequences of what they did, your parents did, not to get to you, not to affect you, that you worship them in truth and in spirit. Do this so that you find peace in your life. Absolve yourself. So many Igbo families are in deep trouble because of what their father and mother did. In the name of what? Destroying family altar. In the name of what? Always in honor. Save yourself right now. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share. I would like to hear from some of you. If you have any question, please, you can reach me through the number on the screen, or my email address, or my other social media handles. Thank you. Thank you.